I feel like some art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And new exhibits are now open at an art museum on the Grand Strand. Staff there are also getting ready to celebrate the Chinese New Year with a big party.
And that's where we find WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinzeth live at the Art Museum of Myrtle Beach to explain. Good morning.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. First of all, let's talk about your new exhibit. I feel like I'm underwater right now.
You should. It's a good feeling. We have 5 exhibits in the museum right now. And the one we're standing in is Swim by Charles Williams. He's actually a Georgetown native. He doesn't live there anymore, but it's nice to kind of have those closer ties to this area.
Yeah.
Charles had an experience where he almost drowned at a young age, so he went through this whole exploration of his fear of water, his fear of swimming, his fear of drowning. And as an African-American male, he feels that the fear of water and the fear of swimming and all of those things that he experienced are a big part of their culture. So he kind of wanted to bring more light to that subject.
Sure, and the one you see when you walk in is pretty impactful. You
Absolutely, absolutely. It is a young male, kind of with the bubbles coming out of his mouth. So there's a lot of emotion behind it. And he really went through this exploration through the series, and I think that you can really grasp that with each piece that we have.
Yeah, and then talk about this weekend too. You've got something exciting coming up.
Yes, we do. We have our annual Chinese New Year celebration, and it's completely free to the public. It's 11 to 3 on this Saturday, February 7th, and we're really excited about it because we have a couple new lectures coming in, and there'll be different things like tea times and dancing and lions and dragons and different things like that that are very close to the Chinese culture. So we're very excited about
Nice. Dancing and lions and dragons and free. And you can come out and then you can check out all these other exhibits too that we'll be giving you a sneak peek of this morning. Back to you guys.
Sounds good. Amanda Kinzeth live for us in Myrtle Beach. And the Art Museum is ushering in the Year of the Ram on Saturday from 11 to 3 o'clock.
And everyone's invited to the free event. The museum is at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard.
They have rung in the new year about a month ago, but this weekend a Chinese New Year celebration is happening on the Grand Strand. WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinzeth is live at the Art Museum of Myrtle Beach to explain how the Year of the Ram is being brought in and showing us those new exhibits there.
That's right. That means you get to celebrate the New Year 2 times. You already did it once. You get to do it again. And you guys, you have a lot going on here, and it's all free. Tell me about what's going on this weekend.
We do. We have workshops for children. We have different crafts that they can do upstairs in our studio. We have different lectures going on for adults. There's a demonstration of a traditional tea time that will go on throughout the day upstairs. We have dancing, we have vegetable carving, we have ice sculpture carving. So there is really something going on throughout the entire day, 11 to 3. And like you said, it's completely free. So
yeah,
yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And it's very cultural. You learn something else about, something you might not know about.
It is, yes. We actually transformed the room that we're standing in right now into a Chinese New Year display. So there will be different things hanging on the walls when people will come this Saturday. Different things about the traditions, different things about rituals that they have, and of course you can always take the literature home with you, which is kind of something that we pride ourselves on here, is being able to walk away with something.
Yeah, and what paintings are we looking at
right now? This is Lori Bloom. She's actually a Myrtle Beach native, and she paints these beautiful gardens that she found in Iran, and she was just completely inspired by them, and she calls this her inner garden. So she paints a little bit of a different style. You won't necessarily see this kind of painting, but she only paints with gouache, or at least that's what this exhibit is, which is a little bit different of a medium. A lot of artists don't work with it. So, and we usually have a video playing in here, so you can learn a little bit more about these gardens, a little bit more about her, and a little bit more about the inspiration behind each piece.
It's neat that she's from here. I love that. And the other exhibit, he's from Georgetown originally.
Yes, we try to have something.
Local.
That's right.
Local, and then Chinese New Year, a little bit of both. Back to you.
Local and worldly. We like it. Amanda Kinzeth. And we're going to be checking out a couple more exhibits in our next hour. So, of course, stick around for that. But on to this weekend's event. The Art Museum is kicking off the New Year on Saturday, 11 to 3. Of course, the Chinese New Year. Everyone's invited to this free event. And in case you haven't been, the museum is at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard.
Hey, new exhibits are open at the Art Museum on the Grand Strand. And staff there are also getting ready to celebrate the Chinese New Year with a big party.
And that's where we find WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinzeth live at the Art Museum of Myrtle Beach. It looks like you're getting ready for the Chinese New Year.
Yes, we are celebrating a little early for the Chinese New Year, doing some coloring, and this is some of the arts and crafts that the kids can do, or the big kids like us.
That's right, that's right. Yeah, we have about, I want to say about 4 or 5 different activities just for the children planned out to do. That's going to be all on our second floor. We have a mural that they can do with their handprints, so they can and that'll stay up after the celebration is done. So there's definitely a lot to go on, and of course it's not all just for the kids. There's different things for the adults as well, like lectures and some of the performances going on that, they pique obviously the interest of the children, but they're very interesting for the adults as well.
That's good. It makes it a family-friendly event where both the adults and the children can be entertained.
Right, correct.
And plus you learn a lot.
You do. There's a lot of tradition behind Chinese New Year, and we are just really hitting the tip of the iceberg with the stuff that we have here. But we really try to bring different things to the community so that we can appreciate the different cultures. We'll have noodle tastings out here on the tea porch and different teas for them to taste. So, it's somewhat of an interactive day. It's definitely an experience. You can get your face painting and still walk away with things like these masks that you can kind of continue at home and continue the conversation.
Right, and then there's the several art exhibits too that people can walk around and see while they're
exactly.
here.
And those, the museum is open that day, so you can come see the exhibits and if you need a little break from Chinese New Year activities, there's that. So.
Everything else, yeah. And I'm pulling all the weight here. You need to get with it with the coloring. And then, of course, cameraman Keith has been working hard on the dragon, too. So there you go.
Lots to do.
Nice job, Amanda. She's got, that artist touch.
I want one.
I know, me too. Make us a couple, Amanda, would you?
Yeah. The Art Museum is kicking off the New Year of the Ram on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And everyone's invited to this free event. And in case you haven't seen it yet, the museum's over at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard. Well, we may have rung in the New Year a month ago, but this weekend a Chinese New Year celebration is happening on the Grand Strand.
That's right. WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinseth is live at the Art Museum of Myrtle Beach to explain how the Year of the Ram is being brought in and shows us the new exhibits there.
Yeah, there's a lot of new exhibits. I'm really impressed. It's always so fun to come here and see the different artworks that you guys have.
Yeah, we have 5 exhibits right now. This is one of them. It's a Cuban artwork exhibit. It's from a private collection of a Cuban artist himself, Rainier Yanes. This is actually one of his pieces. But there's a lot of artistic talent in the town in Cuba that he is from. So all of the artists in this exhibit are from that town, Pinar de Rio.
Okay, so it's a bunch of different artists.
It is. There's 18 different artists in here. I think it's a little over 40 works in here. And there's really, something for everybody in here.
It's a neat collection of stuff.
Yeah, it's very eclectic.
And they all have different methods of doing what they do. Like I know that one over there is out of coffee.
Yes, and that's actually Rainier. We had an exhibit of his here in 2011, and it was his coffee paintings. And he's moved on and evolved as an artist and done different mediums. But all of these different artists, there's each panel, so you'll see a little bit about them, a little bit about their method and stuff like that, so you'll learn a little bit about each artist.
Right, and there's 4 other art exhibits, and of course the big festivities coming up this weekend.
Yes, we have Chinese New Year this weekend, 11 to 3, absolutely free, and we're at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard, so people can stop by any time in between there. And we always have a different event or exhibit or something going on each month, or the exhibits change out every 3 to 4 months. So if they go on myrtlebeachartmuseum.org, they can always find out what we have coming up.
Yeah, and it's free, so you can always come check out. And
That's right.
Here we go. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on this weekend, so we've got our masks.
That's right.
We're ready to do some dancing and bring in the Chinese New Year, guys.
How fun. And we were going to try to dance or do some fun things like that, but everything kind of comes in Thursday afternoon, Friday morning. So you'll have to go see it all in person this weekend when the Art Museum kicks off the Year of the Ram. That's Saturday from 11 to 3.
That's right, and everybody's invited to the free event. The museum is at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard.